954.
Welcome back here. What's Cooking program nationwide, coast to coast on CRN Digital Talk Radio. I'm Michael Horn. That's Paul Stern.
A little bit of a correction. Coming up will not be, unfortunately, Tobin James. But,
why not? Wasn't he named the wine guy of the year?
No, we'll be talking about Tobin James, and yes, his honor
we
is
know
being
him.
honored as the 2010.
I've got his cell phone number. Why don't we have Tobin James on the show? I love Toby.
We will be speaking with Christopher Toronto of the Paso
Chris.
Robles Wine Country Alliance.
Oh, so Chris Toronto is going to be here from the Paso Wine Alliance.
Yeah.
We'll have Tobin on at a later date.
It'll be a little more laid back and less formal than had we been talking with Mr. James.
Yeah, Toby's great. I love him. He should be the wine guy of the year because he is a great guy. We love him. And the Paso Robles area, below San Francisco, above Los Angeles, great place. We haven't been there in a while.
Have not been there in a while, but can't wait to go back. Hey, Mike, if any of this stuff with the Tobin James and Christopher Toronto might have caused any confusion, well, that certainly takes us on into our next guest, because our next guest is something I would say of a confusion expert.
Oh, boy.
Especially
every time I go into a supermarket, let me tell you, I have a dumb stupor comes on my face.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
I'm telling you, I do not know where to go, whether I should go left or right. I have no clue at all when I go into a supermarket. The first thing that scares me is somebody tells me there's a big bunch of these metal contraptions that they want you to push through the aisles, and people hit you with them and everything, and that in itself is confusing. Do we have somebody that's going to help me with my shopping confusion?
Let's welcome on into the program celebrity chef Kathleen Dalemans. Hey, Kathleen, how you doing?
Hey, gentlemen. Thanks for having me.
Good to have you here.
Good to have you with us. I'm confused. I'm in the supermarket. What do I do? What number do I call? Is there like a 3-digit number to call for shopping confusion?
It's about label literacy, and for you, it's about no grocery carts, I guess.
That's
true. Bumping into everybody.
Once they handed me this little basket, and boy, it got heavy when I put the cat litter in there because I like to buy the 20-pound bag. It was tough to take to the checkout counter, I'll tell you.
Well, behave yourself with a cart, and then you can use a cart next time.
All right,
Kathleen,
yes.
what is it that we need to know, especially when we're picking stuff off at the shelves and putting it into our cart?
Well, we're talking about label literacy today. A recent survey shows that 66% of us are reading the food labels, but 60% of us are confused about who's verifying what. So I've got some quick tips, some quick takeaways for listeners so that they can navigate the grocery store with a lot more confidence.
Have at us. Go right ahead, Chef Kathleen Dalemans.
All right, I like to stick to the outer aisles. I head for the meat and poultry first, and I'm looking for USDA and USDA process verified. And that process verification means to consumers that the company has been working for quite some time with the company to verify what they're telling us about their products. For instance, Purdue is the first poultry company to earn the process verified seal, and that means that we can feel confident in knowing that their chickens are fed a vegetarian diet with no animal products.
So the process, USDA process verified, means the way they were fed?
It means that the USDA is verifying the process that the company is claiming. So in the case of Purdue, they're telling us that we can have the confidence in knowing that their chickens are fed an all-vegetarian diet with no animal byproducts and that their chickens are raised without cages. And the USDA is allowing them to say that because they are participating in an ongoing program where auditors actually go out to the hatcheries and go out to the family farms that are raising the chickens and verify this information. And it's not once or twice. It's for the length of time that is on the
So I go into my
package.
store. I go into my grocery store, and I go talk to old Butcher Brown, who's behind there. If you ring the bell about 80 times, they'll finally get him to come on out. And I say, I want USDA process verified, and I cause confusion because he goes like, what? Because he didn't know what I'm talking about. Do people know what process verified is? Because I've never seen that on a label.
Well, more and more, 40% of consumers are looking for that process verified seal. And I think your butcher will know exactly what you're talking about.
Really?
Yeah, it's a little bit, it's newer, but people are doing it because there is so much confusion. For instance, when you go to the center aisles, which according to the new USDA guidelines, we're supposed to decrease our consumption of processed foods the foods that come in packages and cans and the freezer
Oh,
aisle,
you get in the
etc.
middle. You get in the middle of that shopping center. You might
Yeah.
not find your way out, ladies and gentlemen, to the checkout counter. That's suicide.
Kathleen, I don't mean to be kind of somewhat naive about things, but when I go to my friendly butcher, Sam the Butcher,
Butcher Brown.
is it perhaps maybe an incorrect assumption when I just figure that everything that he sells has to be perfectly good?
I don't want to say that, but I would say that it's really important for consumers to spend a little bit of time, like 10 minutes even. You can go to USDA.gov and read about all the different claims, and you can get their exact meanings. They have a list of the defined terms and verified processes and everything that you need to know. It's really just a 10-minute, education session. You're not preparing exams for college. You're just doing a little bit of information so that you have the information that you need to make the best choices for yourself. But I definitely wouldn't want to say anything negative about any butcher working very hard in America. But
Butcher Sam doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm telling you right now. Butcher Brown's the guy to go. Celebrity chef Kathleen Delmans is with us now. Kathleen, you've been you got the cookbooks out. You've been on the best-selling list. You've got appearances on TV all over the place and hosting duties and all that. What else besides this USDA process verified? That's in the center. What else do we look for on labels?
Well, when you're looking at the packaged foods, the prepackaged items, I like everybody else. I see the stuff on the front of the packages, and I get all excited, and I think, ooh, this is going to be better for me, or ooh, I'm going to get skinny, or ooh, this has more vitamin C, etc. I just use those labels now as a guide, and I'll actually flip over the package so that I can look right at the nutrition facts, because that's where most of the information that we need is.
So what do we look for on the nutrition side? What are we looking for?
Well, the first thing I'm looking at is portion size, because a manufacturer's recommended portion size is not necessarily my portion size. For instance, when it comes to cereal, there's no way that I could make it to lunchtime on only a half a cup or 3/4 of a cup of cereal.
You got that right.
I've taken particular offense to that over the years.
Exactly.
Yeah, very. I love your word. I didn't say it, but I love it. But so you have to just double up on the calories. I know that if I have a cup of cereal or a cup and a half or even two, that I'm multiplying the nutrition information, multiplying the the cholesterol, the fat, the sodium, etc. And they're not recommending, the government, that with these new guidelines that we stick to manufacturer serving sizes, but that we kind of balance our calories over the day and over the week and over the month. And the only way you're really going to know is to just spend a little bit of time to familiarize yourself with what actual portion sizes look like.
Hey, Kathleen, is there a website that we can get additional information?
Hey, if your readers if your listeners would like to
some of them read. Some of our people do read.
I know you
I wouldn't
don't,
put it past them.
Hey, they could win $4,000 cash or a year's worth of free chicken.
What's
and
the
they can
website?
PurdueVerifiablyGood.com.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Straight ahead, we continue on the What's Cooking program.
CRN Travelers, relax